Hello, everybody out there in the land of the internet and internet land. Welcome back to another episode of the Tavern Talk. How's everybody doing? First off, introductions. Hello, I am your host. I am DJ. Across the bar from me is Brandon.
What's going on, everybody? Nice to be here.
And my drinking cohort is Mando. Say hi.
Hello. Hope
His
everybody's having a good
first
night.
Tavern Talk, everyone.
True story.
First time at the TT, first time at the old bar. He can finally join us here instead of going to the other one that he likes to go to, Trader.
I'm 21 now.
You don't sound like it, nerd. Anyway, real quick. So just a quick recap for those that don't know. We've got a few subscribers in the last few weeks, and I just want to break down to you guys what a Tavern Talk is. It's just like a podcast, but significantly shorter. We tend to go for 45 minutes to maybe an hour, depending on what we're talking about, and it tends to be 2, maybe 3 people. That is all you need to know, and we're rolling forward. Today on the dossier that we want to talk about, the game that's basically been sweeping the internet by storm. Palworld, the new game that's been out for like a week and a half or like 2 weeks now, and everybody has fallen in love with it, these two included. These guys probably already have at least 50 hours logged into their Steam profiles playing Palworld.
Oh, easily more. Easily.
Me personally, I'm slowly dipping my toes into Palworld. I still need to understand the game because I am absolutely horrible at absolutely everything. So I'm going to just be auditing and asking these guys questions mainly. Maybe you guys can teach me something about Palworld that they don't know in the comment section down below. Tell us something. Do you even play the game? I want to know. But so rolling forward, I just want to say, dude, first off, that was a real quick transition because literally last month, Lethal Company was the game everybody was fucking playing. And they got Spartan kicked into the Shadow Realm and said, make room for Palworld.
I mean, yeah, Power's the big hot thing right now, but like Lethal Company is still pretty popular.
Yeah, I still see a lot of like videos coming out on the daily for Lethal Company.
Yeah,
I see more videos coming out for Lethal Company on the daily than I do Palworld still.
And on top of that, the freaking developers already like saying, "Hey, next update's coming soon. I'm working on it. Something big's coming." And that's it.
For Palworld?
Or no, Lethal Company.
Woohoo! Different time to talk about that.
I guess I mean, this is the Tavern Talk where we tend to talk about video games in general. Like we'll always go back to Palworld, but I can't wait to see what they're doing, especially since I forgot the main devs actually do stuff. I've just been so like enamored with the mods. Like the SCP mod was really cool.
Oh, the SCP mod.
SCP.
I love it.
The planet mods, item mods, all kinds of shit. There's new stuff coming all the time.
But before we get too sidetracked, that's for later on in the show when we're going to get derailed and start talking about other things, because that's what we do around here. Get used to it. Palworld. So, Brandon, you probably know better than all of us that play, especially me. Give them a brief rundown of what Palworld is.
Well, first and foremost, it's a survival game. Don't get it twisted. A lot of people try to give it the title of Pokemon with guns. Sure, it's not entirely wrong, but that's like a part of the game is literally capturing these things called pals, these creatures that roam around. Sure, it's related, or very much so, to Pokemon, but on top of that, at the core of it is a survival game. Crafting, building, food, your hunger bar, stamina, all this type of stuff. Cold, if it's too hot, you take damage. If it's too cold, you take damage. All types of shit. It literally, if you've ever played a game like Ark, it literally reminds me so much of Ark more than any other game. And I think that's why I kind of gravitated to it a lot, because I loved playing Ark, like back on 360 when we had a dedicated server.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it was so fun. Tom was there. We had a bunch of people on it, but like, it's literally just a survival game that has Pokemon in it, has elements of Elden Ring, has elements of Fortnite. I mean, this is all kinds of shit, really.
I recently discovered how important that dodge roll mechanic is.
Yeah,
for Palworld.
It is really important.
Yeah, that's where the Souls-like aspect comes in. That dodge roll is so clutch in every situation for boss fights when you're trying to solo the towers.
Yeah, it's insane how many elements and mechanics and games are in this one game, and it does it so well to the point where it feels like it's just, an amalgamation of some really great mechanics that they took from other games put into one.
Look, but the trailer did lie to people because the trailer made it look like you just get to play the game and have an M4 and your pals and an M4 get to go out and blast things. You gotta grind and get to that level to get the M4.
I
It takes
didn't,
time.
bro. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy. I knew it was a survival game, but, like,
Yeah.
damn, yeah, it is
But
a
it really
grind.
lied to people. Like it made it look like you just gotta pick up the game and play it that way, and that's not what it is at all. You
Well,
have
when
to
No,
the
survive.
fucking when the fucking thumbnail basically shows this Electabuzz looking thing holding a minigun, I'm like, oh, dude, oh, bruh, okay.
I'm still looking for that
I
bastard.
just caught one. I actually caught two of them already. They're
So,
they're pretty useful.
Honest,
real quick,
okay.
before we get the, start going on the whole guns and then comparing them to Pokemon. So, and you mentioned towers. You mentioned towers. We'll talk about them later because there's so much to unpack in this game. Like, if you guys saw my janky little setup, you would be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Everything's in one localized location, and you're farming." I still have no clue what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just doing what the box tells me. But that's where we're gonna start. Is this PAL box getting your first? How do you get started in this game? And we're gonna start with you. How did you get started in it?
How did I get started in it?
Yes. Did you go
Um,
straight to salvaging? Did you go straight to murder, or did you do what I did? And you just found chickens and killed the fuck out of them and didn't know what to do with the carcass?
I started by murking and capturing and finding a good spot to establish my base because that's what these kind of games are all about is having an established location that you
That's
can
where I
always
fucked
fall.
up.
So my initial plan was to just find a nice spot to set up, not bother with boss fights, and build up from there. I'm still in a wooden house because I refuse to pay the resources and put the time into building anything better. But
Fair.
Brandon also helped me come along and get a couple things going. Got my ore farm going for me, and now I figured out how to do that. I'm at the point where I'm gonna put assembly lines together, getting the workers to work.
By the way, by
So
workers, he means pals. One of the things about this game is the pals have different traits that can help you around your base. Like they can do planting, they can do watering, they can do harvesting. I got a cat that has a multi-purpose thing where he'll start hitting rocks, then he'll start hitting wood, then he'll start planting shit and bringing it to me. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go have a soak in the tub. You got the house chores? Let's go. Go do the dishes next.
it's true. No, it's really honestly because a part of the problem, or not, I guess a problem, but part of the gameplay of Ark Survival was that you had to spend hella time crafting all your shit. Right, and and doing that takes away from the gameplay in itself of what you could be doing of exploring, capturing dinosaurs, fighting bosses, raiding dungeons. Now with Palworld, you get the you can just set up everything you want crafted, and then fuck off. And if you have the right pal set up, then they'll just take care of it for you. And when you come back from going on raids or boss fights or whatever you're doing, you'll just have a whole bunch of stuff and extra stuff ready to go into your inventory, and then you just have to reset it up, and you can go on another excursion. It's
No,
honestly a super big pro of the game, in my opinion.
yeah, because up until I think it was Brandon or Mikey. Sadly, Mikey couldn't be here today. He's too busy building a lemon. For those unknown, you know. Um,
He put a picture in the Discord for us to look at, by the way.
the Discord that y'all should absolutely join. You'll see an ad about that later. Um, but yeah, it was up until they said something like the pals can do it for you. I was handcrafting everything. Like, oh, I need to make like 30 arrows just to have a little bit of a slush fund of arrows. I'm sitting there. I'm a controller nerd. Flame you want to? I don't care. I'm sitting there holding the X button for like 5 minutes, just like, yep. We're gonna be here for about 3 years. I wonder if I can just rubber band my controller so that way it just does it and I can go to the bathroom. This is fucking boring. Dudes, the pals will do it for you. What?
Honestly, like they give you the starter sheep will build everything for you. You just have
Another
to set
animal
it all up.
Yeah, the starter sheep and the cat.
Cat's a little asshole, so nobody likes him.
The sheep is the other animal that I maliciously and mercilessly murdered as soon as I see them.
Look, they make good food supply and wool.
That's exactly why I murdered them.
But
for that very reason.
But you gotta do like 50-50 on the murder to like let live ratio.
All right, so Mando's giving us the startup of like find location. Apparently my location sucks. But like find a good spot to actually start setting up and getting your pals together. Now we're moving into the pal box. This fucking piece of shit looking square thing that basically says this house is now your home. And it dictates what the fuck is going to happen to you. Where are we going from here? What are you doing?
So now you found a location and you set up a PAL box. We found the necessary materials to make one, set it up, and you'll notice as soon as you set it up, you have this perimeter, this big ring around it. That's basically area where you can build and craft all your shit, like you build your house, plantations, all this other stuff. But it's also your storage box for your pals, basically like a PC in Pokemon. As well, you can pick the pals you want to carry around with you, the 5 that you can carry. You can also set up work, I guess force, we could call it, really. And pick whatever pals you want to stay at the base and do like the chores like craft, like mining, chopping wood, crafting, all the other stuff. As well as upgrade your base, because you're going to have missions to do to upgrade your base to be able to put more pals to work, and also at some point at certain levels you'll be able to access another pal box. You can set up to 3 bases at a time. That's currently where I'm at, where I have 3 bases on the map in different locations, and 2 of them are literally just resource farming, and my other first base is literally my main home base where I do everything else.
Question.
Yes.
So you tell me you have 3 bases. I already have trouble managing the one that I have. How do you manage to go? How do you keep a handle and keep track of 3 bases?
Well, I kind of just made it easy on myself, and those other 2 bases are in locations that have one is just strictly ore farming, the other one is ore and coal. And literally that's all they do. All I had to do was put in the pals that I need to like mine the ore and the coal or whatever, make the food, make the beds, and put like 2 of the highest quality hot springs so they, don't have a fit. And that's it.
They fit. So
Oh yeah, and
when I hear a
one
fit,
what? Oh yeah,
I was about to
fit
say,
when
you
they
said
just
you
slack off, they don't do anything, that or they get injured or whatever the hell. There's all kinds of things that can happen, but if you do it right, nothing will happen like with the right amount of beds, food, hot springs, all that stuff to keep them happy.
Yeah, that's the part that I had trouble acknowledging because randomly I would just hear like my cat or the big green Dinocesis or whatever his name is. He on occasion, both of them would just randomly fuck off and they would say so and so is taking a break. And I went,
Well, yeah, that
you
would
ain't getting
happen.
paid for that 15 minutes. What? They can
Yeah,
just take a break?
yeah, they'll take breaks when it's
And you're an
bad.
employee, right? Don't you get a break at work?
Yeah.
Well,
But not
there
when I
you
want
go.
to.
There you go. And the pals, what's really bad is when they start slacking off intentionally when they get frustrated or stressed from the work. That's when they lose insanity. You remember the SAN or percentages that you see on them?
Yes.
Sanity. Once that goes really low, they'll start slacking off or getting stressed or sometimes even break bones, fracture stuff, hurt themselves, whatever.
This is 0 sanity pal with a mine and a pickaxe. I can do this all day.
Yeah, there are certain pals that if you catch them with the good enough traits and shit, yeah, they can just work forever. I got a couple of them that never tire and just all they'll do is do short breaks or go to sleep at night, and that's it.
Depressives never stop working.
Real quick, so you brought up traits. So first off, for those that haven't played Palworld, the fact that you actually have to look out for your I guess we'll just say employee
Yeah.
level.
You are a manager of everything you take.
And so you have to look out for their sanity and their work ethic. And this is where you brought up traits. And I want to hear from both of you because you guys both, though you guys are in the same world, I can imagine you guys play vastly differently. So what are some of these traits that would make a good pal compared to a bad pal? Because one of my pals is clumsy.
Well, there's negative traits, neutral traits, and positive traits. So there's traits that slow down, like a trait like brittle means your pal takes more damage more quickly. Takes like 10% more damage.
Oh,
that's a negative trait. Then there's a trait hard worker. Their work efficiency is increased by a certain amount percentage. And then there's like other neutral traits that say they can do this or this kind of they can also help in this, or they get a small percentage boost to some sort of attribute here or there.
Okay, and so this is how I look at it. Because he's right. He is totally correct, but this is how, like, for say, I work at that type of stuff. So, say, there's a pal called a Wixen. I'll put an image right here. Wixen is a fire pal that can do crafting, cooking, smelting, transport, all this kind of stuff. It's a really useful pal once you get to like the 20s, level 30s, stuff like that. And they're really good at either you want to have them as an attack, or what I do is I use like 2 or 3 of them that I caught that have good traits like lower sanity, work speed, and all that stuff. Traits that I specifically hunted down for. I went and caught a lot of Wixen to get these traits. And they're only there at my bases to do work, and they do it at max efficiency. They never tire, the sanity never goes down, and they barely get hungry. And they're literally there just as work.
And they work at night.
Yeah. And they work at night. Yeah, they can be nocturnal if they so choose to. So.
Yeah, I notice my pals don't go to sleep at fucking all.
It also depends if you have bed.
I know I have beds for every single pal that I have.
Yeah, the ability to summon. Some are nocturnal, and they'll choose to sleep when they want to. So there's that. You can just strictly farm and even compress pals into just being strictly like a workforce. Then you have things that I've also hunted down, and I've defeated a lot of bosses. I even caught a lot of the same pals to put into pal compressor, so I can hunt down certain traits for the best offensive and defensive pals. Like I got a flyer that all I hunted down for was attack and movement speed, so it can have max movement speed, so it's flying around at max speed and it can deal as much damage as it can. So you gotta, it's kind of like EVs in Pokemon. If you don't know what EVs are, they're kind of like traits or passive traits that if you say gotta eat, I don't know, Pikachu with like a trait called like, I think it was angry or something like that, it deals additional damage. Or lightning rod where it does additional lightning damage, that type of thing. You gotta just hunt down. You gotta hunt down traits that work best for the type of power that you want.
You guys are genetics farming.
I'm not at that point yet.
Basically,
I'm not at that point where I'm trait farming. Like I tried to kind of start it through the breed farm, and I put 2 of those little alpaca-looking motherfuckers next to each other, and all the game said, and I can quote, "Not enough cake to start breeding."
Yeah, cake is a thing you need to make for them to breed, and
that alpaca didn't have enough cake to start breeding.
Didn't have enough ass. Like, that's alpaca ain't good. Not enough Nicki Minaj booty.
But cake takes a while to make. I tried.
I don't know. Like, are they talking? Like, okay, so they're talking about actually baking a motherfucking cake.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It is an actual cake you need to make.
Look, the game has really messed up lore for the pals, and it has It says if a pal escapes when you throw a sphere at it, not a Pokeball, it's a sphere. You throw a sphere at it. If it escapes, it calls it a cheeky bastard.
Yeah, this game is not really kid friendly. Just letting you guys know, it definitely makes itself known that it's not exactly a family friendly game.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm just saying. So when it said cake, I was like, you need to have enough cake on that pal to breed. That's all I could think.
Yeah, dude, I found that one out when I first spawned in. I crafted a stick, and then I hit a chicken in the face. And first off, the sound effect that it made, first off, satisfying. But the face that the damn thing made, I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah, then there's the fucking meat cleaver. You can straight up just kill your pal for resources.
Yeah, you just be like, "Come here, little chicken,"
and it blurs it. It fucking blurs the action, the animation.
Yeah, you're slaughtering a little animal.
Like, bro,
now that you say that, I kind of want to slaughter a giant pal just to see the whole screen get blurred.
Like, not to delve too much into the controversy, we'll do that in the second half. But I still love how within like 4 or 5 days, PETA gets activated and goes like, "This is
Bite
horrible."
Me. Fucking bite me.
Like, first off, it's a fucking video game. Relax. We're not slaughtering. We're not slaughtering actual animals. It's pixels on a fucking game screen.
Yeah, it's a fucking game. Go stop actual people that are actually slaughtering random animals for no reason, and then do your fucking job and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they're terrible at their job, though.
But no, they found a video game. They're like, "That's an easy target for us."
This is why you go vegan. Look at these animals suffering. That animal also doesn't exist.
And it drops some lamb chops that I'm finna cook up. So yeah,
I need to eat too.
Exactly. And if it's dead, it don't need to eat.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, PETA, shut your mouth, stay in your lane. Now, real quick, I wanna touch on something that I did not know until I just started doing some digging and crafting random shit. So you brought up, because I want to get your take on this.
Yeah.
I already know what I'm gonna say, but so you brought up that you have 3 bases.
Yes.
Right. I know this is 4, but I can't put up a third finger. But how do you traverse to all 3 of these bases? Because I'll tell you right now, the stamina on the base character, not great. She runs 10 feet.
That's easy. At the power box, if you have multiple bases or even waypoints, like, fast travel points, you can literally just fast travel from your power box.
Or you can use, there's fast travel points.
Yes.
Oh, that's so great. Oh, I also want to say, certain pals, you can craft the certain things correctly. You can actually ride the pal.
Yeah, and some are worse than others.
Yeah, I was riding an alpaca. One of the things I've always wanted to do IRL. I can do it in this game. It made me very happy. And then I could use a Celeray, which is this flying manta ray. You can use him as a glider. I didn't know his however long he lasts depends on how much stamina you have. I haven't put any skill.
I forgot that I didn't craft a glider and jumped off a giant tower and died.
Yeah, that was hilarious, by the way. The only dude in the session that didn't have a glider.
Yeah.
Well, does the actual glider still go off of your stamina? Because I don't have a glider. I'm just going off of Celeray.
But you do the thing. You space it out. You use it for a couple seconds, put it away, recharge a little stamina, bring it out, put it away, recharge. Rinse and repeat.
Mm.
Yeah.
You abuse that shit.
Oh, I've mastered it now, and I love doing it because it just makes traversing and descending so much easier.
Have either of you used the grappling gun yet?
Yes.
Nope.
Okay,
right
I
now,
have not.
I currently have the hyper grappling gun.
I have not, and I would like to know: would it make me feel like Spider-Man?
It's a little finicky. I'll give you this. If you touch anything, like if you just glance the corner of like your power box, it will stop you in place. You have to be make sure you're clear of pretty much everything.
Make sure you have enough space.
Yeah, make enough space, or it's just gonna stop in place. It's really useful though, especially if you're over encumbered, because if you use it, you can still move with the grapple gun.
Yeah, that was the other thing that fucked me up. It's like you can have too much weight to where your character just doesn't move.
Yep.
Doesn't fucking move.
Well, also you can go a little bit over, and then you just can't sprint. And you slow down, and you slowly start walking, and slow. But if you get to a fast travel point or a PAL box, it doesn't matter how much weight you have. You can still teleport.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
like
for
in this case, I was on the starter, like the tutorial plan, I guess you could say, the tutorial island, and for some reason, the seed that I got, there's just so much ore on it, and I was going ape shit on this mountain of ore, right? I didn't know the ore weighs a lot.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, at my max 300 pounds, I had like 600 on me, and I was wondering why my character couldn't move. And I forgot who did it, but somebody goes, "Oh, you're too fat. Lighten some of the load, and then you can walk again."
Definitely wasn't me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
like
was just like,
for example, like one of my 3 bases, I'll tell this is specifically the one that has the ore and the coal that I mine for. I go to the chest that I put up there for all the transport pals that, take all the ore and coal to the chest. I look in there and I see there's like over 1,000 ore and over 1,000 coal. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick this up.
man.
I'm going to pick this up, pull out my grapple gun. I look at my weight and it says that I'm over 30,000 in weight. And that's where the grapple gun comes in because it's really useful. And I'm still able to move, zip my character to the PAL box, and just fast travel to my other base, where all I need to do is get to a chest and put all that shit away, and then I'm good.
Huh. I'm gonna have to
Okay.
start doing that. That's way quicker than what I was fucking doing.
Yeah. You can literally just pick up everything in the PAL box that you want, it be whatever weight, and still move with a grapple gun.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. Let me check some. This is actually a perfect stopping point for the midway mark, wouldn't you say? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, and you guys are going to hear a pretty little ad read courtesy of our partner, Dubby. Take it away. Whew. Well, that was fun. Oh. Hey, gamer. Still can't clutch up in Warzone? Still no victory royales? Still maidenless? It's time to change how you play, son. Drink Dubby, the delicious gaming energy supplement that'll help you achieve that epic play of the game. Now head on over to dubby.gg and use our code NSE for 10% off your total order. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Hey everybody out there on the internet, NoSkill Mike here to invite you personally to our NoSkill Discord server. In the description below, in the link tree, easy access to all the fun, music, and other entertaining things we share and interact with the community on every single day. So hopefully I'll see you there or somewhere out here in this big wonderful world.
Hello and welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that pretty little ad read. Thank you once again to our partner Dubby for hanging out with us. You are beautiful, you are lovely, and I hope your beer is crisp and refreshing every single time. And also, join the Discord, please. We hang out there every single day. Hell, I drop memes all the fucking time. Drop us some music. Just come hang out with us. We're there all the time, bro.
I'm usually in one of the voice chats. Come down, talk to me. I'm always down to clown.
I'm usually posting music in the music channel when I'm at work. So I'm listening to Spotify all day.
I'm posting every cursed meme or just random videos of my IRL life just because I find odd shit where I live. But so continuing forward, we're talking about Palworld. Once again, this game is just sweeping everywhere. At one point, it was beating out the just chatting section on Twitch, and that is next to fucking impossible. Because of how, well, we all know what's inside the just chatting section. We don't need to go there, but let's just say it starts with a P. Anyway.
Wow.
But now I just want to do a brief touch on this. The fucking controversies of Palworld and how allegedly Pokemon, or at least the industry, the Pokemon industry, they were going to do an investigation into Palworld because of likeness. And
Look,
we
they couldn't stop Digimon. They can't stop fucking Palworld, bro.
No, but that's the problem, is that this game has been we've known about this game for about 2 years. Technically, this has been an open game that had a trailer 2 years ago, and it's been in the industry spotlight for that long. And if Nintendo has yet to do anything, I doubt they can do anything now.
Well, there was that one guy who started actually doing the mods to put Pokemon into Palworld,
But he got a cease and desist.
and Nintendo set the cease and desist to that guy specifically.
Yeah, because he was actually putting
hours.
actual Pokemon mods into the game, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, but it's just a mod. Fuck off, Nintendo. Look, I've been a Nintendo fan my whole life. Shut the fuck up, Nintendo.
I think I'm gonna quote some ordinary gamer, or better yet, Mudahar, for this. Nintendo is basically, this is how bad they are when it comes to their lawsuits, because they will attack anyone if they see any opportunity. A kid that could be dying of cancer could be making his own little fake Pokemon game that takes place in his country. Like, say if he was I don't know, Spain or India, whatever. He could be making a game about it set in his own country, and they'll sue him. They'll take it down.
You already have enough money to literally not do anything. Do fuck all for the next
10 to
15
years. If you're
years.
a kid that can make a game, you're an adult, and you can get sued for your money. That's what Nintendo's thinking. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
That is their whole mindset. If you're smart enough to make a whole ass video game, you're smart enough to get your ass sued.
Yeah, that's the one hard part. That's the one downside with a lot of these developers. The catch-22 that we're in as gamers, especially avid fans of Nintendo. It's like this is kind of a shit thing for you to do, is cease and desist somebody or possibly sue them for just an indie project that they want. But at the same time, it's like, you do make fantastic games. You don't miss. And so I can't stay mad at you when the stuff that you give me in return is good.
Honestly, the irony of you saying that is the last Pokemon, or technically 2 Pokemon games, Scarlet and whatever the hell that one. Yeah, that didn't go well.
The last 3 have been the exact same. At me if you want to.
Look, I stopped really giving a fuck for Pokemon games after the GameCube era.
Mine was after Gen 3. Then I'm like, okay, this is
Gen 3, like Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby, with the Fire Red and the Leaf Green, also were around the same time period. And that was also the same time period with Pokemon Coliseum and Shadow Coliseum on the GameCube, which were also fucking bangers.
Yeah, I gave Sword and
That was
Shield
20 years ago.
I gave Sword and Shield a try, but I did play a lot of it. But after it, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy them anymore because it's just the same shit. And on top of it, it's just so damn easy, man. They don't. It's been the same shit every time, and they don't get any harder or shit. I think they even gotten easier games. So it's like, what's the point?
That's why Puffer and all them, for those that pay attention to Big Puffer's Nuzlocke series, it's basically him challenging himself to make the game harder.
That's literally what people do. They challenge themselves and they make up rules just to make the game hard. If not, I don't die at all. Hell, most of the time, my Pokemon barely even faint. It's, I don't know.
I usually spend the first hour power grinding to to get to the first evolution before I even hit the first gym.
That's a smart thing to do that.
We need to stop this now and continue talking about Palworld.
Fuck you, Pokemon! Suck my dick! Alright, back to Palworlds.
We'll end it on that. That was a great ender right there. Because I was about to say, we're about to talk about Pokemon for the next 15 minutes. But, so Palworlds, we're back. Hello. Hi. So sorry about the little tangent. It's what we do here. If you've been around for a while, you already know that. If you're brand new, get used to it. Palworld. So, earlier you guys have been bringing up these raids, not raids. These boss fights and dungeons.
Yes.
I have yet to face any boss outside of the big green elephant looking thing on the tutorial island who's level 38 and massive.
So that's just a roaming boss,
Okay.
right? So there's just world bosses, and that's a world boss that just exists.
Yeah, world bosses literally are just scattered all over the place. Some of them actually have loot pools that can drop stuff. Like most of the time, if you beat a boss, you're gonna get, ancient parts, some sort of sellable item that sells for a high price, some sort of crafted material. But what you really want is the schematics that they can drop, because there are some bosses that will drop schematics like weapons, armor, and all that stuff that you can make that are of higher rarity. Say, a normal pistol has a 250 damage. That's it. But if you got one that's like blue or blue rarity, that damage goes up to 435 and higher magazine and higher durability. So that's what you're really looking for on like world bosses.
You're missing the most important part. You can capture those motherfuckers.
Well, I was just about to get to that. You can also capture them.
And then they still give you all the same rewards that you would have got if you defeated them.
And also more XP.
I'd argue that capturing them is way more difficult.
It's more difficult, but it's more worth it because they also give you more XP.
Yeah, and I'm for it. Like, I'm for it for the XP. Well, I'm also just for it because I want to. Look, I'm gonna catch them all. I'm gonna be the best there ever was.
You just want all the chillets.
I do like my chillets. Those things are beasts and they can fucking tank. Look, my chillet has yet to find a boss that it can't tank. All right, my chillet's a fucking gangster.
I mean, I like chillet, but I'm all about my freaking Pyron, bro. My fire horse is a beast. It murders everything.
I like a big lizard, bro.
What?
I like my penguin. I used to hate the penguin, but now I really like the penguin.
Did you get the bazooka for it yet?
No.
Bruh.
I've been trying to survive on this island because the one thing that I hate about this game, but I understand it's what adds a challenging aspect to it, is your camp can randomly just get raided.
Yeah,
I love that shit, dude. That's one of my favorites. I wish that would happen more, actually. Look, those motherfuckers drop hella good shit that I don't have to craft now. Well, I just kill all of them. It's fine.
Well, the first time I got raided, it was just by, but it said like hungry something rather, so I shot them off my arrows. Then the second time I got raided, it was by dudes with guns, and that's when I was like, oh, there's actually motherfuckers in here. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this is before I knew that the pal, like once I started understanding that the pals could still roam around camp and also still fight, I thought I had to take out all these motherfuckers by myself. Next thing I know, 3 penguins are just continuously water gunning everybody and drowning them at the stake. And I'm like, oh, okay, you guys are helping me. This is great. I'm going to go over here now.
Yeah.
The last raid that I had was these exploding chickens that killed me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those fucking... Look, I'm trying to capture as many of those bitches as I can because I think that shit's hilarious.
They look like dodo birds that are pinatas.
Dodo birds with mohawks.
And TNT.
Yeah, but that's in their butthole, so you can't see it on the outside.
There's a special apparel item where you get gloves and you can just carry one on your shoulder and you just fire grenades out of its asshole.
I'm gonna go craft that immediately after we're done with this. That's exactly what I'm gonna go do.
By the way, hey, so Nintendo, you said you want to be so happy. I just want to point out that exploding chicken also happens to be Creeper Green. You don't see Microsoft or Mojang raising a hoot. Just saying. Anyway, moving forward. Yeah, I did that. But so
look, it's because Minecraft has already been successful.
Oh yeah,
they don't need to worry about anything.
They're clear, dude. They're worth billions, and that's like overnight.
Nintendo's just always greedy.
Very. But now, so one of the things that I've yet to find, because then again, I also haven't really explored or left my house. Brandon, you mentioned dungeons, like they're just random holes, literal holes in the wall that lead to shit.
Okay, so in around the world, there's gonna be these things that look like cave entrances. They're dungeons, And depending on the area they're in, they're going to be a different level, but they'll always have a boss at the end of it that you need to defeat to exit. Now, they'll have special, resources like sulfur, coal, even big blue boulders with palmedium fragments, unlike the little small ones you find around the world. Or, of course, and also rare pals that have more of a better chance of spawning or exclusively spawn in dungeons. And it's really useful for getting some early game schematics because early game or the end dungeons chests that you can open at the end of it have a chance to drop schematics. Like, say, if you're level 10 or 13 or whatever, I think is the lowest a dungeon will be, beat it, get the chest, you have a chance of getting a schematic or something that can be useful to you now.
Like, I have a schematic. How do you utilize said schematic?
You just have it in your inventory. You go to a workbench or high quality workbench, depending on what type of schematic. Say if it's a crossbow, you're gonna need, I believe, a high quality workbench to make a crossbow. In the menu, in the crafting menu, you'll see two different crossbows. One is just the regular common crossbow, and the other one, depending on the rarity, they'll say if it's like a blue crossbow schematic, you'll see a blue crossbow schematic right there next to the other one. It's going to cost more resources to make and take longer to craft, but it'll deal more damage and have more durability.
Okay. Oh, by the way, real quick, before you even do any of this whole unlocking bullshit, in your pause menu, you also have to go to your technology tab and unlock everything. Where'd this W come from? You should buy some, by the way. 10% off checkout. Use code NSC.
But yeah, the technology tree is it's kind of like the same skill tree that Arc has. Yeah, same thing where you use your skill points to unlock schematics and other stuff that you can build and make, like, I don't know, saddles, wood and stone, like building foundations, walls, and all that stuff. Better workbenches, better power balls, weapons, all that type of stuff. And you use your skill points to make them. And all you need to do is either use the schematics at a workbench or even pull up your crafting menu to, like, say, make a better, I don't know, cooking station over instead of a fireplace. Cooking station will allow you to make different foods. Yeah. Cooking station will allow you to make different foods that are better than what you can make at a campfire, say, at that.
Okay. Now, okay. Because this is where, because again, I still want to learn. I'm enjoying the game, but I want to be able to enjoy the game to like y'all's level, because you guys have killed so much time on it, and then I'm sitting here just like, oh god, do I have the pals working? What if somebody raids me again? And that, honestly, that's my biggest fear is like the raids, because they get harder and harder and harder each time.
Oh, they're absolutely insane for me right now. I'm at, I think, 47, and raids are insane. They'll be at least like level 38. And I think is the highest I've seen so far, and there'll be a lot more spawning than there used to be.
You use the giant panda with the lightning mohawk, and you put the rocket launcher on him, and he fucks up everything.
Or you could do what I do: hop on my Pyron and literally just charge through them with Ignis Slam. It wipes them out very nicely.
Oh, by the way, that's another question that I had. Can you change their moveset, or is it like
yes,
the 3 moves that they have?
Yeah, you can actually.
Yeah,
you can actually. Okay. You can have three. You can have 3 moves preset on any pal at any given time, and then as they level up, they learn new moves that you can change about how you want.
That's a cool feature that Pokemon does not allow. You can change your pal's moves at any time.
And
HMs. Yeah, you can switch them out at any time. And as long as they know it, at least. Hell, you can even teach them teach them moves by these fruits that you'll find on special glowing trees or white birch trees or whatever. Yeah. Teach them the moves, and it doesn't matter what element they are. They can use it.
And I think that's pretty tight. It's pretty tight. You can just teach any pal any move that you find. Like, even obviously they're gonna, if an ice pal has an ice move, that's more effective than if it was using a fire move. But the option's still there if you wanted to be stupid about it.
Yeah, but it's actually good. Like, say if you have a grass pal, but you have a trait that gives it like more dark damage than teach it a dark move, and that dark move would do more damage.
I would chop that pal up into fucking itty bitty bits.
Oh, by the way, real quick. So one of the things that I think you randomly said yesterday. I think it was either you or it was Mikey when we were in a Discord call. The Discord you guys should absolutely join. I'll shill our Discord and W all damn day. Don't think that I won't. But you were looking for this one night pal called like a tomcat or something like that. So there's different pals that spawn at night.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because it's really good for mining.
So,
Well,
like,
he's looking
pals?
for a pal called a Tombat, and it specifically has a level 2 in mining. That's what he wanted it for.
Yeah.
So then, what's the difference between the pals that spawn during the day and spawn during the night? Because just like Minecraft, as soon as nighttime hits, I'm going the fuck to sleep and waking up at
Well,
daybreak.
there are certain pals that only
not supposed to.
spawn at night. So if you want to get these pals that only spawn at night, you have to stay up. That's the difference.
Oh damn! 'Cause I'm a pussy, and I wanted absolutely nothing to do with them.
I'm at the point where like sometimes I'm too far away from a teleport point, so I'm just like, I guess I'm here at night. The rest of the time doesn't matter.
Yeah, I literally stayed in a volcano where there's fucking lava and all this shit everywhere overnight just to catch this one pal.
Fucking hell, dude! Don't you know lava's hot?
Oh yeah, dude. I had.
Oh wait, hold on. It's inside the volcano. It's not lava. It's magma. So shut up.
Anyways, I had the best, or at the time the best, a refined heat-resistant metal armor on top of a thermal shirt that I found in a dungeon that reduces heat, just so my heat bar, because there's a little bar at the bottom of your screen where it's like tilts either right for cold or left for hot. And if it touches any of them like little red or blue bars, you start taking that element's damage. I had it to the point where there was none in heat, even though it was all the way to the left. I wasn't taking damage because I had max heat resistance.
Lag. Yeah, I just have basic clothes on to where I don't freeze at night if I have to stay out at night. But once again, I'd like to take the Pusio option, and I'll go to sleep at night until it's daytime because I am not brave.
Mhm.
I wish I was.
Just have it chill it. It'll make you feel safe.
That's what I'm gonna do next time because apparently I'm already high enough level to where I can kill this chilla that's only level 11, and all of me and all of my pals are level 23. So I'm pretty sure we're just gonna.
Don't cap that shit, bruh.
Dude, that's the one problem. It's just like my pals murder shit too quickly. I tried to capture that flying gray bird, foghorn leghorn looking thing. I want to call him Nightwing, but I'm pretty sure it's copywritten. And I threw the ball at it when he was low enough, and then all of my pals at the workbench all decided, yeah, no, and they skeet shot him out of the sky. And so now I wasted a ball.
That happens too.
I'm gonna capture one. That is my goal, is to capture one. And if I don't capture one, all my pals are grounded. I know for those that have played, you're probably screaming at me, just put him back in the box. No, I don't want to. They deserve freedom. But we're getting close to the end of this wonderful tavern talk. I've learned so much about this game. And again, I'm very rapidly starting to like it more and more as I play. I think what will make me feel more comfortable is when I finally get the bravery to join y'all's world and then just see what like full fuck it looks like.
Yeah, dude. I always say that I think it'd be easier to teach you if you just join our worlds.
True. I'm just stubborn. But now, for while we have like a few minutes left, I want to just hear from each of you. Like, what is your favorite part about the game? What is your least favorite part about the game? Because we're gamers, we always have something that we don't like. Who wants to go first? Red or blue?
Want to go, Tom?
Trying to think on that. I mean, I've really enjoyed everything. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess there's a lot of exploration to unlock things and figure out how mechanics work, and there's not much of an explanation, but that's the whole point of playing an exploration survival game, so you can't be mad at that.
Mhm. By the way, y'all, I should point out the game is absolutely huge. Like the map is huge, and it's still in game preview, which means it could potentially get bigger when it's a full release.
I don't know how many complaints that I really have right now off the top of my head. I can't think of anything. I've really been enjoying the game and all that it has.
Mhm.
I guess I love the idea that I can just keep making spheres and just throwing this shit and capturing all of them if I feel like it. That makes me happy. It's like getting the ball. There you go. Now you're safe.
Oh yeah. I think
I don't
my
know.
favorite thing about the game is just the exploration. Like the game is so aesthetically beautiful. Like standing on top of a cliff and then just looking out at the water out during the sunset. Awesome. Part I don't like about the game, if I throw a fucking sphere and miss, I should have the ability to go and pick it up again.
I agree with that actually. There's the one complaint I think I would have is that one. Right there.
Because your character does not have an arm on them. Like you cannot throw far. And
Same mechanic in fucking Pokemon. Throw a Pokeball, miss, you lose the Pokeball. It's like, what the fuck? You
like did Hades snatch it from me and take it all the way to hell?
It's like what? It loses its power because it didn't capture the fucking Pokemon or PAL. But if you capture it, then it can summon it and unsummon it infinite amount of times.
Like, did Diglett just also pop up and eat it before he went back underground? What the fuck is this? So that's my only complaint is I should be able to recover my spheres because I trying to capture that Nightwing bird. I threw about 5 mega spheres at it and missed. That's when I found out your character doesn't throw far. It was great.
Well, there's also a gun for that exact scenario.
A gun that shoots spheres.
Yeah,
it looks like a rocket launcher. It's like it's called a spear launcher.
Yeah, it's so you can hit pals that are further away.
Fucking swag.
I think there's even one that's homing, and I think there's one that's a scatter. I don't know.
I would love to scatter shot like 8 pal spheres at something, which is like a bunch of 1% chances. That'd be fantastic.
That's fucking dope. All right, then Brandon, favorite thing about the game, worst thing about the game, in your opinion. These are just our opinions, by the way. We understand y'all's will be different.
But you're wrong.
Being that this game is early access, I think I just love the amount of content that is already in it and how polished it is. Because I have yet to really experience anything game breaking, and I've been playing this game for over 50 hours.
Already.
So honestly, when it comes to just things I don't like, I have 2 little nitpicks, and they're just like tiny little things. One, I wish that the space they gave you to make a base was a little bigger. Because I'm my main base, I can't really build anything anymore in it. And 2, in the options menu, in the controls section specifically, I wish you were able to change the keybinds. Because I think there would be a lot of things that I would change. Specifically, the button to throw Powerballs, because I always either press that by accident when I'm trying to switch either to a different Powerball or one of my pals, because it's the Q and it's right under the 1 and 2.
I do that shit on controller too, dog.
Yeah, I wish I could change the keybinds. That's the thing. Other than that, it's not really any big like complaints. Oh yeah, rideable pals, specifically the flying ones. Man, they're slow. Some of them are pretty slow. Literally, it makes me want to get Jetta gun even more, because that's like the only really fast flyer in the game.
Maybe add like a speed stat to everything to make it move.
A speed stat would be nice. Like it have an arc. That'd be nice.
Who knows? Because maybe these will be in the future updates. Because again, this is a brand new game, a brand new company, and I can't wait for like their first major update. Because like maybe they'll add stuff. Add stuff like that in. Like depending on the PAL, will determine how fast it runs, or you can adjust their actual stats.
They actually put it up a roadmap. I think the roadmap specifically had PvP as one of the main features.
Well, when I was looking stuff up because I was very curious about that for the public servers. because there's PvP and Arc and all those kind of survival games that have public
Yep.
servers, and I was curious if this was going to happen.
Yep.
I'm really curious to see how a server will hold together with 16 people all summoning their pals and having a fight amongst each other.
Especially with how much damage pals do. I just don't see players living at all.
Nah, people will get deleted. Like, most skirmishes will last for like 10 to 20 seconds at most. People are going to get deleted.
Like skirmishes, literally, pals won't even die. The players will.
Yeah, 100%. You will get deleted, and you will have nothing to say about it. Except
it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Your HP dropped to 0, but in this case, you actually die.
You're in the shadow realm, bitch.
But I think that is it. I think we should call it here. This has been so much fun. And once again, everything that you've heard us talk about. Oh, hello, Debbie. 10% off code NSC. Just saying. But I think the game is great, and I think it only has more room to grow, especially since it's only in preview. And I can't wait to see what more they can add. There's already like 111 pals right now.
I think it's 100. I don't know.
It's like 111 to 117. Look, Pokemon started with around like 130, and look at where they're at. Palworld, you can do it too. I believe in you. Just keep ripping things off. I mean, keep having inspiration in life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like they can always add in more pals, add in more bosses, add in more raids, add in more
100%.
So,
Yeah.
and that's why I can't wait to see what they do next. But now, ladies and germs, on that note, it is outro time. We made it. I hope you guys had fun talking about this Palworld, because it's a very interesting game, and I can't wait to learn more about it. Hopefully, if you guys are playing it, tell me. Leave a comment down below. Who's your favorite pal? What do you like about the game? What do you not like about the game? I want to know, so leave a comment. But we're going to take it around the bench, and we're going to get some final closing thoughts and statements from everybody, starting with our bartender, Brendan.
I'm actually pretty excited for the future of this game. If the developers are able to pump out at least relatively consistent updates with meaningful content updates, I'm kind of curious of where they're going to take this. Because if this is what the game is like on game preview, I'm waiting. I want to see what it's going to be like if it ever becomes a full release.
Oh, totes. And I think we have a lot in store for that. And now you, red team, Simmons, Sarge.
Zach. Dude, you have no idea how long Sarge has been in my life.
Killing them dirty blues.
Exactly, bro, since day one.
But
I'm kind of in the same boat because I'm having a lot of fun. I'm still unlocking things. I'm still exploring things. I'm finding islands way off and fuck off nowhere. So it's interesting to see everything they've built and done with the game so far. And I think I've seen 70 pals, and I've caught a majority of those ones I've seen because I hate not having them. So I'm still haven't seen anywhere from 30 to 40 pals in this game, and I've put about 40 to 50 hours into the game.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what they add to the game, because I imagine per expansion, not update, but per expansion will mean anywhere from 1 to 3 extra islands, anywhere from 1 to 20 extra pals, and it'll have extra boss fights and extra rate. It'll just be more consistently more content. And then when PvP happens, everybody catching the smoke.
Yep, I knew that was covered. And then final closing thoughts and statements for me. Let me get the throat ready for this one. Shut the fuck up, Peter. Anyway, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We've reached the end of this Tavern Talk. Thank you very much for joining us. Just a heads up that down below, there's some buttons in the comment section, and I highly suggest you do whatever you want to with them. but please do consider subscribing. We are so close to 1,000. Do it. And we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Deuces.